Okay, so after that phone interruption and my internet randomly disconnecting, we're back again. And I was explaining why I don't really like using my name. Just because it's like, YouTube feels, well, not really, I don't know how to describe it, to be honest. It's like YouTube is a thing that I do, and I do it under a different name, so I like to call myself by that name when I'm doing it, because it's almost like a professional name or something like that. So when I'm sort of playing as this, I'll address myself as, it's almost like a title in a way, I think. The Paigeofmaces. Except no substitutes. So yeah, I think there wasn't too much more to that story about me being trapped in a fridge for about 5-10 minutes. That was seriously cold. And you're saying, oh, you don't know what it's like to be cold. I've been trapped in... yeah, no. I know what it's like to be cold. And be trapped while wearing things not exactly appropriate to the cold. Oh, also, this is why I really don't like being cold at all. Yes, I was trapped in a fridge once. I do not like being cold. Give me a warm jumper. Also, I don't like being too hot. I just like normal temperatures. And not liking being hot comes from working as a dry cleaner, which is what I was doing before. What I was doing when I just started out on YouTube. I was working at dry cleaners, and no, I'm not. No, just a cave. With a big vein of iron. Oh, this is Aqua Affinity. Let's get this iron. Excellent. So yeah, I was working as a dry cleaner, and that got incredibly hot over the summer. It was just completely unbearable because dry cleaning machines belch out so much heat. Especially, I was mainly in charge of using the steam machine, and that was horrible. Literally just this cabinet, you stick the clothes in, turn the thing on, when it was finished you turn it around, take the clothes off, and it was when that turned around, just the heat that came radiating out of it. Oh. Horrible. It nearly melted the shoes that I was wearing, because at that point I owned Crocs, and I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing these again. I think I shall suffer through socks, just because it doesn't feel like my feet are sticking to the shoes and not going to come off. Don't have nearly as many funny stories as some of the other places that well, I suppose I've got some other funny-ish work stories. Just trying to think if this is safe for work or not. Just in case people are watching this in places where... oh, nope. Don't want to go around that. Am I starting to curve back towards spawn yet? I guess I should stick that on my bar somewhere. Yeah, I'll put that there. Don't need you. Oh, I'll move that map out of the way. I'll keep the maps there. So spawn is that way. I'm starting to head north again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I've also worked at an off license for a while, and that does have some quite amusing stories, and some that really do leave you face palming. Like, you always have people trying it on for all this weird water. You'd always get these people trying it on who were obviously too young to be buying booze and cigarettes. And one person came in with an older Indian man and was just like, from India, for what word am I trying to think of? And was just like, yeah, we want to buy these. And I was like, yeah, can I see some ID? And she's going, but he's buying for us, you don't need to see our ID. And I was like, yep, you do, because it's still illegal to buy alcohol for people that are too young to buy it themselves. And she got really pissed off and was just like, yeah, but I've got kids and she's just found out she's pregnant. And then my co-worker was like, well, if she's just found out she's pregnant, she shouldn't be drinking. And the two of them just stared at us like we told them that, I don't know, that Justin Bieber was a boy. Oh, he wasn't around he wasn't around back then. They looked at us like we'd just grown several heads. It's like, yep, you're not supposed to drink when you're pregnant. How have people not told you this? Well, more extreme hills. Yeah, I think they took the cake for the stupidest customers we had in. It's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, no. Just give us some booze, that's what you're supposed to do. It's like, no, we're not just supposed to give anyone that wants booze. Sometimes I despair for humanity. I think, what were the sort of funniest things I can talk about that place? Well, yeah, someone just shortly after the smoking ban was in effect, you'd have people just wandering in with lit cigarettes, and just after the smoking ban had come into effect, someone walked in with a still smoking spliff behind their back, and we were just like, oh god, and we kicked him out quite quickly. Well, I suppose a quick little silly story. I was once working by myself there. And normally you get these people coming in asking for really good wines, like vintage, and some people coming in asking for unoaked Chardonnays and wines without sulfites, which involves you walking around for ages, reading all the different bottles, trying to find out which one doesn't contain sulfites, and I don't know. But that's not really important. I just had this one random bloke stick his head in, didn't even come up to the till. He went, "Oi, mate!" And I said, "Yeah, what?" And he goes, "You got anything that's cheap and nasty and goes well with a kebab?" And of course I cracked up. I was like, "Well, do ya?" And I was like, "Yeah, we'll get that Blossom Hill. That's only it's 3 for 2, because that's the offer that we had on then at the time." And got some Blossom Hill there. That's like the cheapest one we had, like £4 a bottle. So, oh great, thanks love. Came up, paid, and was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. Got darts on, kebab, some cheap wine." Oh. He came back the next day and was like, "Oi!" I was like, "Yeah, what?" And he goes to me, "That wine you gave me." I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He goes, "It wasn't cheap or nasty, it was quite nice. Thanks." And just strolled back out again. It's just the stereotypical Londoner you think wouldn't drink wine. It's like, okay. Then came back a couple of times, bought the wine again, and managed to convince him to try some better wine, but he kept coming back for that Blossom Hill. It was just so funny. "Yeah, love." We had this transvestite that used to come in as well, always dressed up to the nines, makeup, come in, buy 2 bottles of Coke Zero and wander off again every couple of weeks. And that was quite funny. Always come in, like clockwork every other Sunday. Come in, 2 bottles of stuff and then leave again. As you do. Oh god, I think... Nope, I'm not lagging. Die, guy. Ooh, yay. Completely missing. Good thing I have infinity on my bow. You're dead. And I miss. See, storytelling time. Other silly stories. There was one time that me and my colleague had a beer fight. We weren't hitting each other with cans, we were literally having a... We were getting rid of all the beer that had gone off, because there was a huge pile out the back for ages that no one was getting rid of, so we finally wrote it all off and we just randomly had a beer fight. It smelt the oven, and we spent a good hour or so after that just cleaning up and spraying air freshener around, just because it tried to kill me with a block of sand. Well, that's not cricket. Haha, and because I am not in super flat, I can do this. Haha, take that super flat. Oh. Not land on the TNT. Let's see what have we got in here. Gold. Take that. Oh, nice. Ooh, and a book. Let's see, what can I get rid of? Don't need wool. Don't really need sandstone. Smite 3. Got loads of boats. I don't need string. Iron is always useful. Emeralds are kind of useless. Although I do have that village now. I do have that village near mine. But I'll keep that and let's harvest the TNT as well. That will come in useful at some point. Maybe I can stockpile it for the wither fight that we'll have eventually. Because does TNT hurt him? It's always useful to have, because in case of building emergencies and things. Right, now how the hell am I going to get out of here? See, I don't plan for these eventualities. Pressure plates. I can make them easily enough. Damn. I will need that though. Trapped. I'm trapped. No. Haha. Oh. Pressing all the wrong buttons. How long have I been playing this game for now? think I'd have learned which buttons to use. So you're pillaged. Just stick a torch. Oh god, where did you come from? Oh god, where did you come from? Ah, all hell broken loose. And I'm not regaining health. Shit. Okay, I've got myself some sandstone. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, I don't think I need to leave a torch, seeing as this place has been partially exploded. Of course someone's been here. And it was me, because you're watching this video of me being exploded in a desert temple. And I finally say it correctly. I'm calling them jungle temples. Because I'm an idiot. Hello, creeper. You can't see me. What the hell is this? Like some creepy version of Blind Date? Anyway, you're dead and you will not bother me any further. Just hope that they don't, that Mojang don't decide to add ghosts of things that you've killed in the game. That would be interesting, if somewhat incredibly scary and creepy. But yes, here's the spirits of all the chickens you've killed. Following you for all eternity. What is up with all these little pools? Pools and pit traps and things. So yeah, before we were so rudely interrupted by explosions, the beer fight, yeah, it smelt to high heaven, and for the rest of the night it was, it smelled like there'd been hobos fighting. It's that really horrible smell of stale beer was filling the place. I think we more or less knocked ourselves out trying to make the place smell nicer again. Thankfully thankfully our manager was none the wiser. And she probably still isn't nowadays, because she went home to... She buggered off home after a year and never seen her since. Ouch. Plus I don't think she watches any of my videos. So I'm completely in the clear. I don't think the manager after that watches my videos either. Because I'm so successful at burning bridges. Right, let's get back to the coast again. Keep wandering inland. Probably because the sea is kind of boring. Oh, more rain. Good thing I have my particles off. So, things to talk about, silly stories. oh yes, here's a funny one, if somewhat disgusting. Sometimes when we were cleaning up in the shop, we'd find random objects, like we found a packet of crisps that had been there for years and as such had no sell-by date on them whatsoever. And at one point we found a condom still in its packet, and this was around Easter time, so we had lots of cream eggs lying around. So you can probably tell where we're going with this, because we'd finished all the jobs off and it was quiet. So we decided to unwrap the condom, inflate it a couple of times to make it look like been used, and we got a couple of cream eggs and we spooned out all the white bits of a couple of cream eggs and put them in the condom and then draped over a bin. And the manager saw that and she did absolutely go berserk, but I think she realised what were trying to do afterwards, and she admitted she found it absolutely hilarious, because we didn't make, because cream eggs, for those that don't know, are chocolate eggs, or chocolate eggs that have got a sort of icing-ish filling that's white, and then you've got an orange bit in the middle, so it looks like it's chocolate egg basically. And there was quite large visible dollops of orange in there, and when she finished flipping out, she saw what it was and admitted it was incredibly funny, although she had been a bit worried that it was a hell of a lot more fun, like, doing it than the aftermath, or the, oh god, it was one of the times that that I switched to prankings, and I have since stopped doing that, just because, yeah, it's the only prank I ever did at work. I think the last prank I ever did was the scarf prank. I'm not much of a prankster, as I once was, because I'm getting old. I've completely lost the coastline. Oh bugger. Has that not filled in? Is that still generating? Let's have a look. So I think bugger circumnavigating the thing. Let's just look at all the pretty things that are forming in the hills. So weird, that looks like someone's sort of demolished a building. I've got one of those near where my place is as well. Sort of looks like part of an abbey. Whoa. Huge ass cave-ish thing. That is pretty cool. And another jungle biome. We're going jungle biome spotting, everyone. Oh, I think there's some sea over there. Oh, and there was another time just after we'd had the manager handover. Whoa! Wow. But yeah, we had a manager handover. In fact, a company handover. And it was around Christmas, New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve. My boss was like, yeah, you have to work New Year's Day. And I told him what my plans were for New Year's Day, or for New Year's, that I was going to be going into the next county for a start. So that point in time I was doing historical reenactments with a reenactment society for the 100 Years War, and so I was going over to theirs to do New Year'sy things. So, and it was a fancy dress party, and I was dressed up as the Green Fairy. So it was basically green skirt, green top, wings, a wand, lots of green makeup, like greenish lip gloss and eyeshadow and eyeliner even. Not mascara, that'd just be too weird. And yeah, then he tells me, yeah, you have to come and work the whole day New Year's Day. I was like, what? And I planned it all and planned the journey back. Didn't really have all that much money on me, so I walked from so in the morning I woke up still quite hungover about 5 or 6 in the morning. This is in a place I only ever came once a week, or even once every other week. Nearly got completely lost. You have this I didn't even have the time to take my I sort of managed to get dressed in the morning. Just about. I left my pyjama bottoms on underneath the skirt just because it was really cold the next day. So you had me wandering around Stevenage, which is where I was, still wearing my costume from the night before, not knowing exactly where the train was because there were no buses or cab services that I could get, because I didn't really know all that much about how much little wolf family. Hello. Really after some cats. I have a wolf. So you had me really quite badly hungover because I had been drinking quite copiously the night before. As that is what you do when you reenact. You sit around in a tent afterwards, eat some delicious medieval food, which is actually quite delicious. Chicken and milk and honey is the best thing I've ever tasted, and I really want to be able to have that again because I miss them. If the reenactment guys are watching, I miss you so much. I will come back one day, I promise. So yeah, there I was, wandering around, quite hungover, dressed in the same clothes I was wearing the night before, wandering around a place I didn't know all too well. Managed to get the train back by the skin of my teeth, and I mean literally I'd paid for the ticket and I got onto the platform and it was just opening the doors. It literally just arrived on the platform. So then I get on the train, get back to mine, change really quickly, and literally running like an absolute lunatic to get to the shop, to get there, to find my boss was there already, busy doing some banking and accounting stuff, and I was just looking exhausted. I thought the wolf nearly killed itself. And there was me looking visibly exhausted, visibly hungover, because, oh my god, mead. If there's one way to get hungover quickly, it's to drink a crap ton of mead, and that is what unfortunately I did, and I was looking incredibly tired. And he was just like, yeah, you look really tired, and I was like, yeah, I know. And then he goes to me, yeah, you still have to work the rest of the day. Now, we really did not need to be open on New Year's Day. We had like 4 or 5 sales in the busy bit. What's normally the busy bit of the evening, but there was literally no one coming in. I just spent most of my time sat there, just drinking Red Bulls and Relentlesses just to try and stay awake. Thankfully I wasn't alone for the whole day. Someone did come along later to keep me company. because you really shouldn't work your own in the evenings. Because that is when all the crazy people come out. There are many crazy people around the place where I live. But that was absolutely fun. I was there for 12 hours, just... And when you have customers coming in the similar state,